Let's see if we can figure this out here. Let's see.
Andrzej Wajda.
Andrzej Wajda.
Andrzej Wajda.
Andrzej
Andrzej Wajda.
Andrzej
Andrzej Wajda.
Wajda. Andrzej Wajda. What does this one sound like?
Andrzej Wajda.
Andrzej Wajda. Okay, I guess.
Andrzej Wajda.
Andrzej Wajda. Okay. Oh, hi there. Hello there. Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection Beer Guy here. I've got it. I figured out how to pronounce his damn name, and I'm just, oh gosh, all right, figured it out. Andrzej Wajda, 3 war films. Number 282. We are finally kicking it off. Andrzej Wajda, starting off with number 283. Andrzej Wajda, A Generation. 1955, 87 minutes, Polish, black and white, blah, blah, blah. So, not much to say about this one, mostly because I don't really get, I mean, it's, you know, it's kind of one of those weird, like, one of those movies that's, like, really set in, like, a point in, like, history that's, like, very political, you know, politically driven. And so because of it, it's hard to follow the plot and, you know, grasp a lot of the terminology and all that. So this one will probably get a rewatch in a few years or however long it takes me. But yeah, so anyway, but for now I can just tell you the basics. It's about this teen named Statch, and he's living in Warsaw, or in this is around the time of the Nazis, and he gets roped into this like communist group, and mostly for the love of this girl he really likes, Dorota. And that's basically the plot of the movie. There's not much to say else. What else can I tell you about this movie that I could pull out of it? Vajda is a, you know, fantastic. Wait a minute, did I?
Andrzej Wajda.
Vajda. Okay, yes. I'm just making sure. Andrzej Wajda is, I think he's just one of those directors. I mean, I've only seen the first one. And we've got a couple more. Obviously, we've got The Canal and Ashes and Diamonds. And then I think Danton is another one. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's another one of his movies that has been making the rounds at my library just recently. And so that's one I know that he did. So from what I can gather, I mean, he definitely knows how to tell a story, even if you may not understand the story yourself. I think the cinematography is very nice, and just, you know, this movie has a lot of you know, just great acting on the actors' parts, and yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I think just basically he's a great cinematographer and director, and you know, I don't have anything bad to say about this movie. I just didn't really understand a lot of it, and you know, maybe if somebody could, if you want to, you know, rip me a new one for not understanding, you know, but it is kind of you gotta understand, this is kind of a very, very specific, you know, movie that's very specific. Obviously, I should have, you know, obviously this is, all 3 of these movies, you know, in the set are about the war, or about war in general, from what I can gather. So it's not, you know, if I don't know anything about the war, then obviously I'm probably going to be pretty lost. But, you know, that's the thing. I don't really like going into these movies with, you know, knowing a whole knowledge, you know. I like just watching the movie as a movie, you know, and then figuring it all out, you know, afterwards, hopefully through the supplements and all that. And just, you know, then having a better understanding of the movie, and then, you know, and hopefully through the supplements, you know, I'll learn so much that I'll want to go back at a later date and watch this movie again. And this is one of the movies that I would like to watch again. I think, I mean, there are some, you know, I think one of the best scenes is the scene that you see. I mean, probably my favorite scene is probably, yeah, the scene that you see on the cover, as well as on the menu screen. It's a shot of one of Stach's friends or comrades standing on top of this rail. I think the Nazis are after him, and he stands on this rail, and he's like balancing himself, and he falls off the rail of this staircase, and he falls to his death, and the camera like gets a shot of the body falling down, and like the soldiers are looking over the edge. Where are they? There, here you can see the soldiers are looking over and all that. So I thought that was really cool, and yeah, so That's all I can really say about this movie. Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't the most entertaining movie, but it wasn't a bad movie either. So I think you're probably gonna hate me for giving this a rating like this, but I'm gonna give it a B minus. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the greatest movie ever. But maybe in another rating, I'll give it a better rating. I didn't understand a lot, especially the ending. I did not understand the ending at all. I won't spoil it for anybody who's seen it, mostly because I really can't, because I didn't understand it. But yeah, B minus. It'll be a rewatch. Maybe we'll rewatch it in, I don't know, 2 seasons from now. We'll go back. I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do this season. We're gonna do everything from the first 100, and then next season we'll rewatch everything from 101 to 200. We'll rewatch them over time, and then so on and so forth. So when we get to the 401, the 400 series, we'll go back and rewatch the 200 series, and including this one. So anyway, but for now, B minus, not a bad movie, but anyway. So two supplements, or two big supplements. There's Andrzej
Wajda.
Andrzej Wajda's on becoming a filmmaker. There's a 34-minute interview with Wajda and film critic Jerzy Plazuski, and it's just basically talking about a generation and when he started making films. He wasn't proud of his first film, which I think was called The Bad Boy. Then he also made a short film in his film school called Ceramika Ilzeka, Ceramics from Ilza, which is the other supplement on here. It's a 10-minute short where he talks about which is just basically this short. It's a 10-minute documentary about ceramics, about pottery, in the place of Ilza, the village of Ilza, and how important, it just shows a bunch of pots basically. It's definitely a far cry from something like A Generation, an action movie, action drama. But this is just pots, basically just, how pots are made and just, yeah. So it's a little interesting. But yeah, I watched he seems like a really cool director. He's very, proud of Generation. I liked hearing about the tidbits about when he, I guess he worked with the guy who invented fake bullets, or bullets that explosive shells or something like that, where he found a way to make it so that you could shoot at a person and it looks like there's little capsules that explode. It looks like they got shot through their clothing and all that. And so that was this was one of the first. Generation was one of the first movies to feature that technique, if not the first. So that was really neat to learn. And then also there's some photos, publicity stills, posters, and all that stuff. So, Generation, an interesting way to start off the three war films set, and hope to see more of Andrzej Wajda. Now, if we predict the 3-movie set, this will probably be my second favorite, and then Canal will be the one I'll like the most, and then Ashes and Diamonds will probably be my least favorite. But who's to know? We'll just see. Anyway, but for now, Generation, B minus, not bad. So anyway, that's it for me for now. Tomorrow, so I'm kind of torn. Either later tonight we're gonna do Canal, or tomorrow we're gonna do both Canal and Ashes and Diamonds. I haven't figured out yet. It depends on what my schedule is. If my schedule just becomes too cluttered, then we'll do Canal and Ashes and Diamonds tomorrow. But I want to get to the 7th Seal on Saturday. 7th Seal is happening on Saturday, by hook or by crook, unless I've forgotten something important that I have to do, which I don't think is happening. And yeah, so anyway, that's it for me. As you can tell, I'm still kind of sick, so thanks for hanging in there. I'm slowly getting my voice back, but it's now there all together, and yeah, I'm hoping that it will be back by the 7th Seal. So hopefully by in a couple days I'll be 100% and good to go. But for now, That's for me. Thank you for watching. Don't be a Nazi, and we will see you on either later tonight or tomorrow for Canal. And until then, one more time.
Andrzej Wajda.
Andrzej Wajda. Okay, got it. Andrzej Wajda. Goodbye.